So you can see we've started the hand line, got my rig hooked up. Doesn't stick properly to the surface. I've got it on, but it is what it is. We're just feeding new line onto the hand line. It's easier if we were doing it to a reel because we could just reel it like this. But we're just going to keep feeding as much of this on as we want. Going to make it nice and full. This one's going to go in our bug out bag. We're just going to keep feeding this on for a while. And as you can see, the more we put on it, the better the line is. Stretch a bit out. Got Aunt Xavier holding it because she's a good girl. She likes helping Dad apparently. Wants to be just like Dad, a chef. So maybe we'll get her in one of our cooking videos later on down the track. Who knows? We'll see. See how quick we can get this done without screwing it up. Now I can't remember what pound this is, but it's very, very strong. Probably say it's a 40 or 50 pound line. That time of year where there's bugs everywhere in Australia. It's annoying, but it is what it is, isn't it? Luckily no flies today, no mosquitoes at the moment. But where we're going to go camping, there might be a few mozzies, bugs, flies, ants maybe, spider maybe, who knows. But we ain't afraid, are we? This thing just unspooled itself where I don't want it to. Keep it tight. As you can see, it's getting more and more line on it. We're just going to fill this thing right up. And maybe we'll have a go at doing a fishing reel and check them, see how much line they've got on them and whether they need to. There you have it, we've got a fair bit of line on it, probably a couple of meters by now. We'll just keep going a little bit longer. Get a bit more line on it. Then we'll get into the tackle box. We'll probably put a sinker on it. Probably try and do a running sinker. Maybe a nice little hook for it. And then we can put whatever bait we want. I'm not going to put a lure on the hand line because it's a little bit harder using lures with the hand line. We like to just throw the hand line in, let it float around by itself, and hopefully we get something. Oops. I'm going to try and get it as tight as we can. I reckon that should be just about enough line for a hand line. Just give it another couple of minutes, couple of other turns, and we'll see if we can't. Right, I reckon that's enough. We're going to cut the line now. Going to use one of my favourite knives, which is a Browning. It's got a seatbelt cutter on it as well as a knife. And that seatbelt cutter should just cut our line like that. Perfectly done. We're going to get Aunt Tabby to hold that. Two hands. Two hands. While I wind this one back up. The beauty about this is it has a spot where you can hook the line back into the groove so you don't lose the end of it. There we go, that's all ready for next time. We don't want a heavy sinker, but we don't want anything too light either, so got a whole heap of random sinkers here. Best mate, one of my good mates, Danny, best mate sort of thing. He's got the rest of my sinkers and all my molds, so I'll have to do a video with making the molds, see if we can get a crucible so we can do it properly. I reckon something like that, pretty small, perfect for the hand line. My daughter's just lost the end on me. Thank you very much. There we go. Pretty easy find. I reckon we'll do a running sinker on this one. Basically feeding the sinker through, flipping the cord back around on itself, and then feeding it through. Then we're just going to pull it tight, and the sinker will move up and down where it needs to be. And then we'll figure out a sinker for it. Nice light sinker, I think. Got many sinkers here. I'm just trying to figure out which ones I'm going to use. Got light ones, I've got big ones. But we'll figure out a sinker for it, and that'll be our hand line. Ready to rock and roll. Remember, what you do in this life matters.